Nothing will just happen to you. I don't just want to survive. They say in these screenwriting books that every character has a journey. Everyone starts out one way, something happens, something changes your life. And that's called transformation. But what about my transformation? Where's my bow? Don't blame anyone, but don't be surprised when, at age 70, 80, 90, you're lying in a hospital bed, looking back and thinking, I should have done something more. Because the truth is simple. If you don't do it, no one will do it for you. You can have a comfortable life, but if you don't pursue your dreams, there will always be a void inside you. Look at yourself. Really face yourself. It was that day that I looked at myself in the mirror and decided, enough is enough. Every day I asked myself, what am I going to do today to change this reality? Time doesn't stop. The clock is ticking. The end is approaching, and it will not wait for you. Life goes by fast, too fast. Don't waste your years. Don't throw your existence away. Take control. Stop scrolling. Stop just clicking. Start truly living. Today is the day. Today I stop being a loser. Today I change my destiny. No matter how long this road is, I will walk it until the end. Because I've spent too many years in the dark, and I don't want to live like that anymore. The truth is harsh. Things won't always go the way you want them to. The world will not bend to your wishes. But you have within you everything you need to build the life you dream of. So stand up, fight, and make it happen. Has life dealt you difficult cards? Anger, fear, disappointment? You can choose to wallow in them or turn them into fuel for something great. I love this idea. Either life takes your strength away or it shoves it inside you. The decision is yours. Will you let circumstances control you, or will you use them to your advantage? Many people complain about what they received in life. But here's the truth. You don't control the cards you're dealt, just how you play them. So stop competing over who had the saddest story. Enough of holding on to the past. Time won't wait. You don't know how much time you have left. Every day that passes is one day less. And here's the most important question. What are you going to do with it? You have greatness within you. You can create a life that makes you buzz with happiness every morning. A life so amazing that sleeping seems like a waste because you simply love every waking minute. What makes the great stand out? Consistency. Being consistent does not guarantee success, but the lack of it guarantees failure. I win every single time because I don't give up. And now comes the final question. The question that changes everything. Why not now? There is no better time. The best moment is this. The moment to take this dream and not let it die. To breathe life into it. To feed it with your strength until it becomes a burning flame, a fire that spreads throughout the world. So let's go. What would happen if you stopped wasting time? If you stopped lying to yourself? If you aligned your life with your highest purpose and simply decided to see it through to the end? How much good could you create? How far could you go? The answer? Far beyond what you imagine. Now go and make it happen. Do you want to win? So why don't you find out what you're really capable of? Many people believe that at some point things will just work out, which suddenly will gain momentum. That one day they will become what they always wanted, as if this would happen by chance, by luck, or simply by existing. But that's not what happens, brother. Anyone who thinks like this reaches the end of their lives with a devastating thought. I wasted everything. And there's nothing worse than looking back and realizing you never really tried. Time won't wait. You don't have forever. So the question is, what really matters to you? You have the same 24 hours in a day as everyone else. What are you doing with them? Find out what really matters. Discover what makes you tick. Figure out what you want to be great at. And then go all out. Is money necessary? Yes. But don't get lost just running after him. Pursue your purpose. What many see as a weakness can be your greatest strength. Because you know what I am? I am weak. But I don't accept that. I don't accept being who I am today and thinking it's enough. I fight. Every day. I battle my flaws, my fears, my insecurities. I fall, but I get up. I take beatings, but I move on. Every day, I become better than I was yesterday. Now listen to me carefully. Do you know where the greatest wealth in the world is? It's not in China. It's not in Dubai. It's in the cemetery. Yes, in the cemetery. Because ideas are buried there that never got off the ground. Businesses that were never built. Songs that were never composed. Books that were never written. Dreams that were never lived. All because people were afraid. Fear of taking risks. Afraid to try. Fear of failing. Just like you. But do you know the difference? You're not at the cemetery yet. You still have time. You can still change everything. Success and failure do not happen overnight. These are slow processes. Either you are building your success every day, or you are slowly destroying your chances. So pay attention. Stop wasting time. Stop putting it off. Stop fooling yourself. Time is passing, and the only question that matters now is, what are you going to do about it? Get up. Fight. Transform your life. Now, every second counts. A second becomes a minute. A minute turns into an hour. An hour becomes a day. A day becomes a year. And suddenly his life passed. That second one that just left, it counted. And this one now, it also counted. Every second that passes, you are either growing or regressing. You are either moving forward or falling behind. There is no pause. So stop wasting time and make every second count. If anyone has ever told you that you only live once, they have deceived you. You only die once, but you live every day. So stand up and make it count. Helen Keller was once asked, "What could be worse than being born blind?" She replied, "Having vision but not having purpose." So ask yourself, what do you see? What is your purpose? Why can't we cure all diseases? Why can't we provide clean water, food, and education for everyone on the planet? Why can't we have peace? Why do we need to die to go to paradise if we are already in space? Paradise could be here now. What is stopping this? You. Life will test you. She will challenge you. She wants to know, how much can you take before you give up? You say you love life? Who wants to live intensely? Then life will show you what it really means to live. Life is beautiful, but only if you accept the good and the bad as part of that beauty. You will lose people. You will suffer, but you will also love it. It will create memories. You will feel the energy of being alive. And that's what matters. Now listen carefully. People don't care about you as much as you think. Many let their dreams die for fear of what others will think. For fear of the opinion of people who don't even care about you. I did this for a long time. But one day I decided, enough was enough. And here's the brutal truth. When you come out of the storm, you will never be the same person who walked into it. And that's the reason the storm exists. You cannot control everything that happens to you, but you can control how you react to it. That's where your true power lies. Think. Set goals. Go after them. Because at the end of the day, you become what you pursue. Now go and make it happen. The problem is not achieving a goal. The problem is even establishing one. Many people just follow the crowd, without direction, without purpose. But do you know what happens to those who just go with the flow? They reach the end of their lives wishing they could do it all again. And guess what? You can't. If you want to be someone, you need your own goals. You need to think for yourself. You need to act for yourself. Never settle. Yes, love people. Help them. Serve them. Because your success will be directly linked to what you do for others. But don't lose its essence. We often ask ourselves, why? Why am I going through this? What is my purpose? Why the pain? Why the fear? Why the difficulties? Why can't life be easy all the time? Because if it were easy, it wouldn't be life. Life doesn't happen the way we want it to. It happens the way it needs to happen. And do you know what that means? You need to face it head on. If you are looking for a second chance, a change, a turnaround, know that it is possible. You can be that person. You can change. You can turn it around. I heard once that no one changes until the pain of staying the same is greater than the pain of changing. And that's the truth. Change requires sacrifice. It requires effort, but it's worth every drop of sweat. And here's something you need to understand once and for all. His absence would leave a huge void in the world. Each of us has something unique to offer, something only we can do. If you don't manifest your greatness, the world loses. Every time you hide, we move a little further away from the paradise we could build. So stop wasting time. Choose to live. Choose to fight. Choose to be happy. Because if you can live an extraordinary life, why would you choose anything less? Get up. Be big. The world needs you. Life doesn't wait. I want to inspire the world. But I can't do this by standing still, lamenting my failures, my pains, my difficulties. And neither can you. How many times have you looked at others and thought, they're doing so well. I've never been like this. Enough of this. The truth about life? We're going to die. But what we do while we're here can live forever. The impact we create is immortal. But for that to happen, we need to build something solid. You only live once, but if you do it right, once is enough. because in the end, your time will run out. And when that happens, you can do two things: accept and give up, or stand up and fight. It's that simple. And do you know what the most powerful weapon you have is? Your mind. You can have all the distractions in the world, cell phones, social media, entertainment, but when pain comes, when suffering comes, when life really knocks you down, you are alone with your mind. And if you don't learn to control it, it will destroy you. Depression, loss, fear. You can't Google these things. You can't outsource the battle. The war happens inside your head. And if you're not in control, it's over. You need to lead your mind, not be pulled by your problems. It's not about hitting every shot. You will make mistakes. You will fail. But that can never be an excuse to stop trying. The difference between the great and the mediocre? The big ones keep shooting. And I know there are people hating me right now. Hating myself because I'm a living reminder of everything you could be, but don't have the courage to become. So, do you know what I'm going to do? I will continue winning. I will continue to grow. And every time you look at me, you'll remember that you could be doing the same. The only question left is, what are you going to do with it? You need to start believing in the power of your imagination. You want a better life, right? Have you ever imagined this life? Now tell me, who do you think showed you this vision? It was God. It was destiny. It was the universe. He showed you why he wants to give you this life. But here's the secret. He can only give it to you if you ask. If you fight for it. If you make it happen. Because we were created with something powerful. The power of choice. If you decide to be poor, guess what? Nothing and no one can stop you. But if you decide to be rich, who's going to stop you? If you decide to be great, who's going to tell you no? Nobody. The only thing that can stop you is yourself. I know sometimes it feels like there's still a long way to go to get there. But look back. Look how far you've come. You have already won battles that you thought were impossible. You've already overcome days that seemed endless. And now, do you really believe you can't go on? This is your mind deceiving you. She whispers that you are not good enough, that there is no way, that everything is useless. But here's what I discovered. You are loved. You are important. Every day we make choices. You bring something to the world that no other person can bring. So hold on tight. I came from hell, and much of this hell was created by me. Because the truth is this, we are our own worst enemies. But the truth is also our greatest strength. Because when you face the truth of who you are, you have a starting point. And it is exactly in this uncomfortable place that your transformation begins. Do you want to be strong? Do you want to be unbreakable? So stop looking for comfort, because you will never find strength in an easy place. True strength only appears when you are sinking, when you're at rock bottom, when you can't breathe anymore and everything inside you screams give up. And still, you don't give up, because you tell me, what is your life? Are you happy with her? If the only thing that makes you smile is the simple act of breathing, that was a gift from your mother. You didn't do anything to deserve it. Now I ask you, what have you done to transform your life into something great? What have you done to not be just one in the crowd? Because at the end of the day, there is only one person who can change all of this. You.